It has taken 232 years and 115 prior appointments for a Black woman to be selected to serve on the Supreme Court of the United States. But we've made it.
But we've made it. Friday marked the start of a new day in the United States. Judge Ketanji Brown Jackson shows us the true meaning of perseverance, becoming the first Black woman confirmed to the Supreme Court after showing the utmost composure in her hearings, despite the outright racist and belittling questions from Republican senators. And still, Republicans made sure to show Judge Jackson maximum disrespect all the way up to her confirmation. Joining me now is California Congresswoman Barbara Lee. Congresswoman Lee, welcome back to the Sunday Show.
Glad to be with you, Jonathan. Hope you're doing well.
I am doing well, but I want to know, how does it feel to have a Black woman now confirmed to the Supreme Court?
You know, it's really hard to describe because I've never had this feeling before. And I tell you, that's the Supreme Court was formed in 1789, right? And so I'm reminded of the late Hawkins brothers, our beloved Hawkins brothers, who made the song, who recorded "Oh Happy Day," and that's their lyrics. I thought of over and over and over again in the midst of a world of violence and trauma and war. This is a happy moment. And when I was there, well, first during the hearings, I sat through 2 days of the hearings, and I was just amazed at how composed she was, but how she answered the questions forthright, with a lot of integrity, with a lot of experience and understanding what equal justice under the law means and what the Constitution really means for everyone. And finally, I'll just say, you know, having the lens and the perspective and the lived experiences now of a Black woman on the Supreme Court, I think is going to really change our country. This is just one step in that arc of the universe bending toward justice. But think of what the country has lost without this all these years.
Right, right. And, you know, Congresswoman Lee, through all the adulation there on the South Lawn of the White House, President Biden did get into the travails that Judge Jackson had to go through as part of the confirmation process. Let's have a listen and ask about it on the other side.
I knew the person I nominated would be put through a painful and difficult confirmation process. But I have to tell you, what Judge Jackson was put through was well beyond that. There was verbal abuse, the anger, the constant interruptions, the most vile, baseless assertions and accusations. In the face of it all, Judge Jackson showed the incredible character and integrity she possesses.
Congresswoman Lee, I would love to know your feelings about what the president said, about what Judge Jackson went through in that confirmation process. It wasn't pleasant to watch, that's for sure.
But Judge Jackson said, and we made it. But let me tell you, during that confirmation process and the Republicans, how they took her on was an example of how they treat Black women, how this country has tried to dehumanize African-American women, how they have been very sinister and disrespectful and wanted to try to make her out of someone who she is not. And here she is the most experienced judge to be nominated and now appointed to the Supreme Court. Here she is, a woman coming forward with all of these experiences, all of these all of the background that has led her to this day. They couldn't find anything to say about her, so they had to go low. And they had to really try, and they didn't make it, though, because she held firm. They had to try to make her into someone who she is not. And I'm glad that the president laid this out. And I'm so happy, though, in seeing our vice president, a Black woman, Kamala Harris, on one side, and Judge Jackson on the other side of the president, and he could just lay it out there in terms of African-American women and the struggles we've been. But as Judge Jackson said, we are the hopes and the dreams of the slave, and still we rise. And that's the point.
Right. And in the minute that we have left, Congresswoman Lee, you are someone who has been in the trenches as an activist and now as a member of Congress for decades. You are no stranger to the travails that Judge Jackson endured in that confirmation process. Just close us out by telling us, how does it make you feel as someone who worked hard for that moment to happen on the South Lawn?
You know, it makes me feel like our work is not in vain, first of all. It makes me feel like the hopes and dreams of my mentor, the Honorable Shirley Chisholm, first Black woman elected to Congress, who was my mentor. It makes me feel like what she went through is working, you know, even though we have to shatter some of these barriers and systemic racism and sexism. So it makes me feel more encouraged. It makes me feel that our young girls now Black girls and girls of color won't have to go through what we went through. But it also reminds me that elections matter. The representation matters in the House, the White House, and in the Senate, and that elections have consequences. So what it makes me feel now is to tell everyone how important these elections are. Get out, register to vote. Don't let them take that away from you. Don't let them take our constitutional right away, because elections matter and we've got to keep moving forward. This was one happy day, one step in the right direction toward equal justice under the law. We have a long way to go. So the way I'm feeling now is let's get going, let's rev it up, and let's keep marching toward justice and freedom.
It's Sunday, so I'm just going to say amen, amen, amen. Congresswoman Barbara Lee, thank you for coming back to the Sunday Show.